Welcome once again, folks. Thank you for joining me for another video for your English League betting tips and predictions for our upcoming match day. I hope you all had a wonderful World Cup. It was a really good one. A lot of surprises, and Argentina is now back on the winning side of things. Alright. So, but anyways, we're not here to discuss that today. Today we're going to be talking about the English Premier League, and we're back right into it. You can say not even a break, yeah? So for this game week, we're going to be kicking off on the 26th of December, and that's Monday, Boxing Day. And we're going to start with Brentford versus Tottenham Hotspurs. And for this game, what I'll be doing, if you join me for the first time, I'll be telling you who I expect to win this game, and also I'll be giving the predicted score lines, and from time to time I'll give you combination bets, and also if there's the option, I usually give a possible goal scores too. That's if we have the odds there, but I don't like usually doing them without the odds. But if they don't, then I'll just mention some names and you can take them into consideration for later on in the week. And you can place your bet on goal scores. I usually bet on anytime goal scores. That means the score you should bet on them to score at any point in the game. Yeah, that's a better bet for me. Yeah, rather than to bet for them to score at a particular time and to get a particular result. Yeah, I think it's a little bit more harder to get that bet done. Yeah. All right then. So let's jump straight into it. Sorry about that. Brentford versus Tottenham Hotspurs. For this game now, I'm expecting I'm going to take a draw here, and I'm expecting both teams to score as well. In terms of a combination, I'm not going to be looking here. In terms of a combination, you could either team to win and both to score. Yeah, but I'm expecting a draw. In terms of results, I'm saying here that we're going to have a 2-all draw. All right. So I'm not going to take any bets on the handicap system. In terms of possible goal scorers here, we don't have the option, so I can't give you possible goal scorers. I usually like to give you them with the odds, yeah. But for this game, as you know, the usual suspects on the side of Brentford, you have Ivan Toney, you have Mbumo. Mbumo was at the World Cup with Cameroon. I have Wissa as well, super sub, and also in terms of Tottenham Hotspurs, you have Son. Not back yet to his old self in terms of form, but you never know what form he'll be in coming back from the World Cup now. Harry Kane, yes. Richarlison, yes. All of those guys will be there, and they could be possible anytime goal scorers. So recapping predictions for the Brentford versus Tottenham Hotspurs game, I'm expecting both teams to score here, and I'm expecting a draw as well. In terms of combination bet, I would say either team to win and both to score. My predicted scoreline though is 2-all. I think this game is going to end in a draw, really and truly. I think it's going to end in a draw, yeah. So we're going to move right along to our next game, and our next game will be Crystal Palace versus Fulham. And for Crystal Palace versus Fulham now, I'm expecting here, I'm expecting this one to be a tough one. This isn't about this game, to be honest with you. I think Fulham is going to come back stronger. They were faltering a little bit before the break, but I think with players getting rest, and so I think it should be a good comeback for Fulham. So I'm going to go with Fulham here to win. Both teams to score. In terms of combination bet, I would say either to win and both to score. No, this is the wrong one. Either to win and both to score. Yeah. Predict scoreline, I'm saying here Fulham to win this one 2-1. In terms of if you want to go on a handicap system, you can go ahead and you take Fulham to win by a goal, but you're going to take a draw based on the predicted scoreline here. Alright, because if it ends this way, then it will be ended in a draw. Alright, so recapping predictions for Crystal Palace versus Fulham, I'm expecting Fulham to win here. And in terms of both teams scoring, I'm going to say yes, both teams to score. In terms of a combination bet, I'll go with either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline 2-1 in favor of Fulham, I'm saying. And in terms of a handicap system, I'll go ahead and I'll take Fulham. Here I'll take a draw. But the basis being Fulham to win by a goal, and based on my predicted scoreline, I'm going to take a draw here. Alright. So those are my predictions for Fulham versus Crystal Palace, and now we're going to move right along into our next game, and our next game will be Everton United versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. Alright, and for this game now, I don't think Wolverhampton can get any worse than they were before the break. I think they should be improving. Everton, defensively one of the better teams in the league so far, and I think it should continue. So there's a strong possibility. I believe that this game could end in a draw, but I'm going to go with Everton since they're playing at home, and I think they might be ready now to get it all done. Yeah. So Everton to win. In terms of combination bet, I'll go with either team to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline for me, I'm saying here Everton to win this one, 1-0. In terms of a combination, not combination bet, in terms of the handicap system, go ahead and you can take if I should take Everton to win by a goal here, I'm going to have to take a draw based on my predicted scoreline, right? So Everton to win by a goal, so I'd have to take a draw because if Everton win this game 1-0, then it will be 1-all on the handicap system. Yeah, get that? Alright, so recapping predictions here for Everton versus Wolverhampton. I'm expecting Everton to win. In terms of a combination bet, I would say either team to win and both to score, and both not to score, sorry. And in terms of predicted scoreline, I'm saying 1-0 in favor of Everton. And in terms of the handicap system, I'm going to take a draw here. The basis being Everton to win by a goal. Alright, so those are my predictions for Everton versus Wolverhampton. Now we're going to move right along to the next game, and the next game will be Leicester City versus Newcastle United. Now this should be an interesting matchup. This should be a good measuring stick for Leicester City to see where they have progressed to over the break, because they were very hot and cold, mostly cool before the World Cup, and things were not going their way. So let's see how things work out for them here. Alright, so for Leicester here now, where I'm going to go with this game here now, I'm Leicester at home. I'm going to take a draw here. I'm expecting both teams to score as well. And in terms of a combination bet or a double chance, I can say I'll go with either to win and both to score. But for me, I'm saying here that we should have a 2-all draw. Yeah, I believe. Otherwise, it's going to be 2-1 or 3-1 in somebody's favor, I believe. Alright, so in terms of the handicap system here, if I should go, I would go with Leicester to win by a goal. And based on what I'm seeing here, if I should take a bet on the handicap system, but based on my predicted scoreline, there isn't a bet here on the handicap system for me. But if you should take one on the handicap system, this is the one that I would take. Leicester City to win by a goal, but I'm going to take a draw. Alright, because I don't believe they're going to win by 2 clear goals, because in order for you to win this bet, they'd have to score 2 goals, 2 unanswered goals. Yeah, and so because if the game ends 2-1, then it will be a draw. Yeah, if it ends 3-1 now, then they'd have won by a goal. Yeah, so these are my predictions for Leicester City versus Newcastle United. Let's just recap. For this game, I'm expecting a draw, and I'm expecting both teams to score as well. In terms of a combination bet, I would say both to score and either could win. Yeah, if you want to take, that's all the bet. In terms of predicted scoreline, I think we're going to have a 2-all draw. And on the handicap system, if I were to take one on the handicap system, not looking at my predicted score now, I'd take Leicester City to win by a goal, but I'll go for a draw. Yeah. Okay then, so the 3-way handicap system, that is, folks, just to point it out here. Alright, so those are my predictions for the Leicester City versus Newcastle game, and now we're going to move right along to Southampton United versus Brighton. And now we have Brighton have McAllister, fresh out of the World Cup winner. Let's see if he gets a start in this game. Yeah, so yeah, he played very well for Argentina. He played a role, he played a key role. He played very well, and so therefore let's see how things goes here. But this game, Southampton versus Brighton, if it's Brighton of old, you could take Brighton to win this one. But Southampton, they have gotten some rest. Don't know how things are going for them, but this should be an interesting matchup. Brighton started off the season well. If Brighton start here like how they started off the season, then Brighton is going to win this one hands down. But let's see. Let's just see. Alright, so Southampton fired their coach just before the World Cup started, so I should be starting afresh. For this game, I'm feeling Brighton. but I'm a bit worried about what Southampton could do at home. So, but I'm still going to go with Brighton to win this one. Brighton to win, and both teams to score. In terms of a double chance or a combination bet, I go with either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline for me, I'm saying here 3-1 in favor of Brighton. In terms of the handicap system, if you want to go that route, go ahead and take Brighton to win by a goal. Possible goal scorers in this game are the usual suspects. You have Pascal Gross, Danny Welbeck for Brighton, that is, as well as Solly Marsh if he starts, and you have Trossard as well, who could score for you for Brighton. For Southampton, you have Shea Adams, you have Adam Armstrong, you have Stuart Adams, you have Elinusi, you have Eribo, you have Samara. Yes, all of those guys, the possible goal scorers. Yeah, but recapping predictions for this game now, Brighton versus Southampton. I'm expecting Brighton to take the win here. I'm expecting both teams to score as well. In terms of a combination / double chance bet, I would say either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline 3-1 in favor of Brighton United, and in terms of handicap system, I'll go ahead and take Brighton to win this one by a goal. Alright, so those are my predictions for Brighton versus Southampton, and now we're going to move right along to the next game, and the next game will be Aston Villa versus Liverpool. Well, let's see what version of Liverpool comes up for this second half of the season. Liverpool, they have been unlike them usual selves, but that happens from time to time in club football. The stock has run down a bit, and so what Liverpool now needs to do, they need to refreshen the certain areas of the squad, for example, like the midfield, and the defense somewhat, and I think they should find their way back, but Jurgen Klopp is a good coach. Anyways, let's get into the predictions for this game, Aston Villa versus Liverpool. I'm going to say both teams to score here. I'm going to take Liverpool to win. In terms of a combination bet, I'll go with either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying here Liverpool to win this one 2-1. And in terms of combination bet, I go with Liverpool to win this one by a goal. Yes, my scoreline suggests otherwise, but if Liverpool come on fire, they don't have to fire on all cylinders, but if they fire well enough, they should win this one by a goal easily. And so possible goal scorers as usual, have Mohamed Salah, you have Darwin Núñez, you have also Firmino, who has been in really good form, have Harvey Elliott, those guys, and in terms of for Aston Villa, you have Leon Bailey, you have also Ramsey there as well. I don't know if he'll be starting, but he usually can pop up and score for you. Danny Welbeck and Ollie Watkins, those guys can come up and give you a score. So those are my predictions for the Liverpool game. So let's just recap them. Liverpool versus Aston Villa. I'm expecting both teams to score. I'm expecting Liverpool to win here as well. In terms of a combination bet, I'd say either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline 2-1 in favor of Liverpool, I believe. And in terms of a handicap system, I'll go ahead and take Liverpool to win by a goal. Alright, despite what my suggested scoreline says. So those are my predictions for Aston Villa versus Liverpool, and now we're going to move along to Arsenal versus West Ham. Might I add, I believe Arsenal, if they remain consistent, then they should win the Premiership this season. If they remain consistent, I think they're going to win the Premiership. They're going to win it by maybe about a point or 2 or 3. But I do believe if they remain consistent enough, consistently winning, not drawing matches, and most definitely not losing, then they should win the Premiership, I do believe. Alright, currently they are leading the Premiership. They're leading the Premiership with 37 points, and that's 5 points ahead of Manchester City. And they have a game in hand. Also, Manchester City has a game in hand. And so, quite a few teams have a game in hand. So anyways, let's get back to the head-to-head. Arsenal versus West Ham. Arsenal being at home here. I'm going to take Arsenal to win. Both teams to score, I'm going to say no. In terms of a combination bet, I would say either to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying 2-0 here in favor of Arsenal. In terms of the handicap system, I'll go ahead and take Arsenal to win by a goal. Recapping predictions for Arsenal versus West Ham. I'm expecting here Arsenal to win, and in terms of a combination bet, I would say either team to win and both not to score. In terms of both teams scoring, I'm saying no. Predicted scoreline, I said 2-0 in favor of Arsenal, and in terms of a handicap system, I would go ahead and take Arsenal to win this one by a goal as well. Alright, so that's how the cookie crumbles for Arsenal versus West Ham, and now we're going to move on to Chelsea versus Bournemouth. And Chelsea in the spot about it. Well, Graham Potter is in the spot about it. He needs to get back to winning ways. Otherwise, things are going to be very difficult going forward. But I'm expecting them to get some new players in the January transfer window. I think that might spice up things a bit for them. Not sure. Fofana and James should be ready for January. I think they might be ready for December, but I don't think he's going to play them. Well, if I were him, I wouldn't play them. Anyways, back to the predictions for this game. I'm expecting Chelsea to take care of business here. I'm expecting Bournemouth to score as well. They haven't been scoring. They've been a good scoring form before the league went to the break. In terms of combination bet, I'll go with either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline for me, I'm saying here Chelsea to win this one 3-1. Back with a bang, I see. Yeah, in terms of the handicap system, I'm going to take Chelsea to win this one by a goal. So recapping predictions for Chelsea versus Bournemouth, I'm expecting Chelsea to win here. And in terms of a combination bet, I go with either team to win and both to score. And in terms of, and I also saying both teams should score here. I'm getting $2 for that. And in terms of predicted scoreline, I'm saying 3-1 in favor of Chelsea. And in terms of the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take Chelsea here to win this one by a goal. Right. So those are my predictions for Chelsea versus Bournemouth, and I hope you're taking your notes. And as usual, folks, I need you to spread the word about this channel so that we can grow here. Needs to get going so that we can get more persons in here to see what we're doing and take part in these winnings. Yeah. Our next game will be Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest, and Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest. This should be an interesting matchup. Well, Nottingham Forest, they can't get any worse than they have been so far, and so therefore I'm expecting them to play a little bit better. But Manchester United, I guess that Cristiano is no longer there, and I don't know. Well, that shouldn't affect the price of rice, yeah, in my opinion, because he wasn't playing much anyways. Yeah, well, the coach wasn't playing him, yeah, so shouldn't affect the price of rice much. Let's hope I hope Manchester United have gotten past their injury woes. And so we're just going to go straight into this, and this one here, I'm expecting Manchester United to win. Both teams not to score. In terms of a combination bet, I'll go with either team to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline for me here, I think Manchester United wins this one 2-0. And in terms of a handicap system, I'll go ahead and I'll take Manchester United to win by a goal here. Alright, Manchester United to win by a goal. And in terms of a recap now, Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest, I'm expecting Manchester United to win, both teams not to score. Predicted scoreline is 2-0 in favor of Manchester United. In terms of a combination bet, I go with either team to win and both not to score. In terms of the handicap system, I'll go ahead and I'll take Manchester United to win by a goal. Anytime goal scorers here, Marcus Rashford is one of them, yeah. Anthony Martial, if you please. Jadon Sancho depends if he starts, and depends on the amount of time he gets. He could score as well. Anthony is usually a provider. I don't expect much from him in terms of scoring, but Bruno as well. Christian Eriksen, all of those guys, they are due goals. For Nottingham Forest, you have Brennan Johnson. I'm not sure he'll start. Have Gibbs White, usually gets a lot of opportunity, but not really a good finisher, yeah. Lindegaard, not sure if Lindegaard will play here. Yeah, so those are the anytime goal scorers, some possible goal scorers, yeah. And so we're going to jump straight into our next game, and this is our final game for this game week. And this is Leeds United versus Manchester City, and Leeds in the bottom half of the table. They'll be looking to strengthen here, and but this is a tough opposition to restart the league against, and so it's going to be very challenging for them, I believe. And so therefore this one is going to be an interesting matchup, because Leeds, they're going to fight. They're fighters, yeah, and that's what I like about this Leeds team. They're fighters, yeah. And so for this game now, I'm expecting both teams to score. In terms of combination, I'll go with either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline. Now this is where it gets interesting for me. Yeah, this is where it gets interesting. I'm going to give City a 3-1 win here. Yeah, I think it's going to be close though. I think it's going to be close. Yeah, I think it's going to be close. In terms of handicap system, I'll go ahead and I'll take Manchester City to win by a goal. Alright, $1.75 is good enough for me in terms of odds. Yeah. Alright then, so recap and predictions for the Leeds United versus Manchester City game. I'm expecting both teams to score. In terms of a combination bet, I'll say either to score and both to win. No, it's the other way around. Either to score, either to win, and both to score. Yeah. Predicted scoreline 3-1 in favor of Manchester City. I see. And in terms of who should win, yeah, obviously I'm pointing towards Manchester City to win. In terms of the handicap system, I'll go ahead and take Manchester City to win by a goal for $1.75. That's good. Yeah, that's really good odds. Yeah, so anyways folks, that's how the cookie crumbles for this week of your English Premiership betting tips and predictions. I hope you took your notes, and thank you for sticking around. If you stuck around for the entire video, thank you for your time, and I wish you best of luck in your betting. Alright then, so have a great day, and remember to spread the word about my channel. Yeah, thank you very much.